Okay, section 7.2 is reading a floor plan. A floor plan is an aerial view drawing of the layout and dimensions of specific rooms. Okay, so it's kind of like a blueprint of the room, dimensions and everything. Number 1 says a rectangular room measures 13 feet by 15 feet. It is going to be carpeted with carpeting that sells for $68 per square yard. What is the area of the room in square feet? So area is length times width. Okay, so 13 times 15 gives you 195 square feet. If the room is drawn, so 1/4 of an inch represents 1 foot scale, give the dimensions of the room in inches on the scale drawing. So here, you're going to take your 13, okay, your 13, and you're going to divide it by 4. Okay, and then you're going to take your 15 and divide that by 4. Okay, and it gives you 3.25 times 3.75. Okay, you're going to take 1/4 of each number. Part C says a yard equals 3 feet. How many square feet are in a square yard? Okay, how many square feet are in a square yard? So, we have our rectangular here. Okay, 3 feet is 1 yard for your length, and 3 feet is 1 yard on your width. So 3 times 3 gives you 9. Okay, so 9 feet squared equals 1 yard squared. Part D, how many square yards will it take to carpet the room? Round to the nearest greater integer. So for this one, your room is 195 square feet divided by 9, because we said 9 feet squared equals 1 yard squared. All right, so 195 divided by 9 gives you 22 yards squared. What is the total price for the carpeting? Okay, it's $68 per square yard, so you have 22 square yards times $68 gives you $14.96. Number 1. In the early mid-2000s, there was a dramatic increase in the price of carpeting since it was a petroleum-based product. As a result, selling by the yard made it look expensive. Some stores started selling carpet by the square foot. How much would a square yard of carpet selling for $8.95 per square foot cost? So remember, there are 9 square feet in 1 square yard. Okay, so it says a carpet selling for $8.95 per square foot. Well, there are 9 square feet in a yard. Okay, times $8.95 gives you $80.55. Part G. This room is well insulated and is on the south side of the house. It is an 8-foot ceiling. How large of an air conditioning would this room require? Round to the nearest BTU. So BTUs stands for British Thermal Units. This is how air conditioners and furnaces are rated. Okay, we use a system. Your BTU rating is a formula right here. BTU rating equals WHILE. Okay, while. Okay, this should be an I here. I forgot. Okay, while divided by 60. Okay, where W is your width, H is your height, I is your insulation number, L is your length, and E is your exposure. Your exposure conversion chart is over here off to the side, so this is going to be important to kind of keep. North is 16, east is 17, south is 18, and west is 20. Okay, so you're going to take all of these numbers. Okay, our width was 13, our height was 8. Back from the original description. Our insulation is a rating of 10. Our length is 15. Okay, and our exposure, which is a south side exposure, is 18. Okay, so take all those numbers from the description above. Okay, multiply them all together, divide it by 60, gives you a number of 4680. Okay, and we always round to the nearest thousand, so 4680 is above the 500 mark. Okay, above 4,500, so we're going to round up to 5,000 BTUs. Okay, 5,000 BTUs. Okay. Now, when it says this room is insulated well, well is the key part here. Well, the I number is going to equal 10. If it says not well, the I number, the insulation number, is 18. Okay, so that all comes into play right over here off to the side. Okay, so make sure you read that problem all the way through. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on for that part. Number 2, it says a rectangular room measures 14 feet by 20 feet. The ceiling is 8 feet high, so I kind of drew that off to the side here on the left. 14 feet by 20 feet, and the ceiling is 8 feet tall. Find the length and width of the smaller wall. So obviously your room has 4 walls. Okay, one wall you're going to have 8 by 14. One wall you're going to have 8 by 20. Okay, so you got to pick between the two. So 8 times 20 and 8 times 14. Well, the smaller is going to be 8 by 14. Find the area of the smaller wall. 8 times 14 gives you 112. So 8 times 14 gives you 112. Find the area of the larger wall. Well, that's 8 by 20. So 8 times 20 gives you 160 feet squared. Part D. It says find the total area of the 4 walls in the room. Okay, well, you had the smaller walls at 112 square feet, and there's 2 of those because it's a rectangle. So if you picture your picture, okay, the smalls are 112 on the side, and the bigs are 160 on the sides. Okay, so 2 times 112 for 2 walls at 112, and 2 times 160 for 2 walls at 160 gives you 544 feet squared. Part E. If a gallon of paint costs $36.50 and it covers 350 square feet on average, what is the cost of painting a room with 2 coats of paint? Explain your answer. Okay, so 2 coats of paint times 554 square feet gives you a total square foot coverage after 2 coats of 1,088 feet squared. Okay, take that 1088 and multiply it by 350 because each gallon covers on average 350 square feet. So 1088 divided by 350 gives you 3.10857 gallons. Well, you can't buy a fraction of a gallon. Okay, so we got to round up. All right, so that's going to be 4 gallons total. 4 gallons times $36.50 per gallon gives you a final cost of $146. This room is well insulated, and it is on the north side of the house. How large of an air conditioner unit do you need? So use your while divided by 60. So your width is 20. Okay. Your height is 8-foot ceilings. Your I, it's well insulated, so your I is 10. Your length was 14. Okay, remember it's 20 by 14 with 8-foot ceilings. And your exposure, it's a north side exposure, which gave you, if you look back up at your problem, north side up here, your exposure is 16. Okay, so your E value is 16. Multiply all those together, divide it by 60, gives you 5973.33. And again, remember we round to the nearest thousand, so we round up. So that's going to be 6,000 BTUs. Okay, and that is it for section 7.2.